guys, Yvette here, and I am the Witch of Willow Creek. Welcome to my channel. Today's video is the beginning of the minors. We are starting with the Ace of Swords. This is in collaboration with Dio by Divination. I will put her channel down below. I'm not sure if she's doing jobs. I'm not doing jobs, so we're just going to put all this under the psychological umbrella. There's a therapist for everything, right? So let's start with the Ace of Swords. The Ace of the Swords are thoughts, right? We established that in the introduction video of this series, of the introduction video of the minors, right? So I do often read this as a spark of an idea, right? Right? You have an idea, you're like. But also, I sometimes I read it as you getting an epiphany to something, right? You never know when something new is going to come into your mind. Like, oh, you know what? Yeah, I don't know why I didn't see it that way, right? So that's pretty much what the Ace of Swords is. But like I said, there's a therapist for everything. If you have any ideas on suggestions on what kind of job the Ace of Swords will have, you put it down below. So throughout the series, before I leave you guys, throughout this series, I'm going to be using three decks. This is the Tarot of Opposition, this is the Light Seers, and this is the Darkwood. So art is subjective, right? So it's supposed to invoke something in you. Now, anybody who reads tarot either reads with intuition, or they have the knowledge of or they should have the knowledge of the deck itself, right? The cards, the meanings. I do suggest that you learn the meanings of the cards, because you're going to have these people coming up in your business trying to tell you that you're doing things wrong, when all you're doing is reading with your intuition, channeling the message in, and sometimes it just doesn't go with the card. I mean, if a message has to come out, it has to come out. Okay? A lot of times, as an intuitive reader, and as a channeler, you're going to use the cards as a comfort, right? Kind of like a whoopee. Y'all know what that means, a whoopee. If you've seen what's the name of the movie? But Alex Keaton, Mr. Mom. If you see Mr. Mom, you'll know what a whoopee is, right? It's a security blanket. If you haven't seen it, it's a security blanket. And so we use the tarot deck as a security blanket to receive, as we're receiving the message. It's just comforting to us, and we're just channeling, getting the message, and it just feels, I'm moving my hands over here, it just feels comfortable. There are times, do you ever just sit there and just shuffle the cards just because it's comfortable to do? Just, it feels comforting. That's pretty much what you're doing. So but yes, there's nothing wrong with just reading because you know the knowledge of the cards, because you know what the cards mean. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is that those people don't have a right to tell you that you're doing it wrong, because if you're an intuitive channeler, you're not going to be doing it. The rules just don't apply. It's good to know. It's good to know the meanings of the deck, of the cards, because when they do come up in your business, you could be like, hey, you know what? I do know the meanings, but that was a channel message. Give me a break. You know what I mean? You can always, clap back. I'm just saying, learn them, and then you can channel intuitively, reach intuitively all you want. You just need to have that as backup, because you will have, and I've seen it all over TikTok, you will have these people policing the tarot, okay? Ain't nobody asked for the tarot police, okay? Nobody asked your opinion. I literally just block these people because I don't want to deal with that situation. Like, you know what? You do you. You leave my business alone. Right? So, and I don't read. I don't read on TikTok. I like to waste my time on there and watch a video or two, but I won't create on TikTok. My main creating social media is here on YouTube, and my secondary is Instagram, because sometimes I like to be on Instagram, but that's only for my reviews on books or whatnot. But most of my deck situation or tarot situation and witchy situation is here, and I do not share a lot of my witchcraft. It's just not something I do. But tarot all day, every day. So, anyways, we got off track. This is the Ace of Swords, the thoughts. This is the beginning of a thought, an epiphany, maybe. It depends on the neighboring cards. It's always going to depend on the neighboring cards. And you're probably going to get tired of me saying this throughout the series, but it does. Okay? So, you should have a Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and then later on get yourself one of these, get an artistic one that you like and feel comfortable, that speaks to you. I think that the Light Series does a really good job of letting you know that this is a sword, this is thought. It lets you know this is a thought. So I hope that you enjoy this series, and like I said, we're gonna go through the rest of the minors, and we're gonna go through the swords first, and then we'll go to the next suit. And I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.